insane!
Hello, and welcome to the Madhouse, episode number 95. I'm Ultimate Spy 53, the host of this podcast, and joining me this week for this episode I have...
Someone who's wondering if the Madhouse is referring to an angry house or a crazy one.
And hi, people. It is I, bigdinoguy. Yeah, I'm back.
Hi.
Ooh, I'm alive.
So Lucas, you're the one who you're the one who is wondering that question. You just no named.
I'm not even a person.
It's
I
hilarious.
fund everything.
Okay, well, this week we have two trailers that just came out. One of them more not as recent, but the other, one of them, first one I want to talk about is Fantastic Beasts, The Crimes of Grindelwald. I haven't seen the first one in a while, but I'll definitely see it again. It looks amazing, and I'm really excited for Hogwarts to come back because I didn't expect to see that. I'm like, wait, it's Hogwarts. What happened? Wait, no, it's like I didn't expect it. It's so cool. And there's students and everything, and it looks. I don't know. What do you guys think of it? The trailer.
Yeah. I didn't have a chance to see Fantastic Beasts until it had already been out on DVD.
Right.
For quite some time. But when I first saw the movie, I was amazed just by the visual effects alone. And this movie, I hope that it has that same kind of charm. It could go real shitty, but it could also be really good. I don't know enough about the content in order to tell you definitively if I'm going to be at the movie theater, at edge of my seat, and ready for the movie to come, or if I'm just going to be staying on the sidelines, hoping together to hit. So I'm looking forward to it, but at the same time, I'm aware that a lot of things could go wrong.
But yeah, I think the trailer when I first saw it, because bigdinoguy told me he linked it in like, what? And I watched it, I'm like, the first thing we see is Hogwarts. I'm like, it's about damn time. We've already been this past 7 years.
Well, I think
the last one
nostalgia purposes than anything else.
It didn't have Hogwarts.
Hogwarts wasn't in the last one, though.
They mentioned Dumbledore, but that was it. They mentioned him. That was literally the only thing mentioned. So.
Well, I'm kind of glad that they didn't have Hogwarts in it because there wasn't really any need for Hogwarts to be in there.
Yeah.
Right. It was set in New York. There was no need for Hogwarts.
And I mean, they were also talking about. I don't know if it appeared in the books or whatnot. I haven't read them, so I can tell you definitively. But from a movie viewer standpoint, exactly. One of the things I saw for a lot of a lot of propaganda for the movies come out, but they kept mentioning the American version of Hogwarts.
Right.
They kept mentioning Fantastic House is equivalent to that house or whatnot there, and yet it was never even in the damn film. So there was no need. Right. It wasn't a Harry Potter movie. It took place within the same universe, but it was not Harry Potter.
Years before.
Harry Potter actually was sailed. If you want to hear another Harry Potter movie, go and make the first child. I want a different series in there. I want to see more figures. I want to see more action. I don't want to see anything with Voldemort. Everything's alluding to it. Hell yeah. But I don't want to see Harry Potter. I don't care about seeing Hogwarts again. We had 7 movies full of it with amazing adventures and action, Chamber of Secrets, everything. Amazing adventures of these characters. We've seen enough. Give us something new, and I'll be happy.
I mean, with the trailer, because it's like, why we have Hogwarts? Well, it's because it's about, it's Dumbledore helping, young Dumbledore helping Scamander, so of course they're going to show where he teaches, and, the only problem that I have with the trailer...
But it's not a huge thing, I'm going to be good with it.
The only problem I have with the trailer...
I actually have the same opinion.
The only continuity trailer I have, there's continuity in the movie trailer, and that is with Hogwarts Castle itself, because it looks like the one the exterior shot they used for the last few movies, and it doesn't, because the first movie they didn't show the bridge because it was a different angle. It doesn't matter the direction or whatever, but it doesn't really match up with the continuity if they're telling it's Hogwarts before the events of the first Harry Potter movie. It doesn't make sense because it's a different it's the same castle, but it's very design wise it's different, or they just in the first movie, because the direction is that it did not show all that part of the castle, the bridge. But I don't know, it's not a bad thing, but sometimes continuity can really mess things up with a movie prequel, like Fantastic Beasts.
I didn't really see it as
actually goes into the bridge in the early
image.
Yeah, that's true. I mean, they got the castle right, they got the exterior shot right, which is pretty good. I was excited.
I can guarantee you that a lot of other people that aren't even fans of the series that are just like, woohoo, Harry Potter.
Yeah.
Even when they see the trailer, they're going to say, oh, Hogwarts, Harry Potter, what's going on?
Yep.
As long as they actually have the castle in it, there are multiple different versions. Every single kind of, every direction that's going to come into any series, whether it's Harry Potter, Alien, Predator, you name it, they're all going to have their own unique take on the series. They're all going to have their own unique take on their environment and whatnot. They are the director. They are the ones that are directing literally what the audience sees.
Oh yeah, definitely.
If they want to have continuity, then please do. I hate it when films don't have that kind of continuity.
Yeah.
But at the same time, you can't blame them for having a different angle on the castle because it might look a little
I'd like to mention that the bridge had actually been mentioned in the early books.
Oh, yeah.
I don't know. I've never seen the movies, so I don't know.
Right,
but in
of course, you said that. Yeah, I mean,
in
like
the books, the bridge was mentioned. I think in the second one.
Right.
So it's not like it was built between the movies, so it must have just been a different camera angle.
I'm glad at least that it looks like it did in the first, because in the first one we didn't need to see the bridge as long as we saw the castle and the Great Hall and all that stuff, and it looks pretty much the same. I think aside from the bridge in the later movies, it's pretty much the same castle we've already seen, so I'm glad about that. Although one thing I was really excited for when I first saw the trailer, when they operated and then we saw the tower, I'm like, are those students? Yes! I'm like, students! Finally, we get some actual Harry Potter, universe stuff in it with students, because that's, they actually wearing actual Hogwarts uniforms, which is exciting, because we haven't seen that since the final movie in Harry Potter, so I was excited to see that, are we going to see professors, are we going to just see Dumbledore, or we even saw the interior of the Defense Against the Dark Arts classroom, which looks the same, which I'm happy for, because that's one of my favorite classrooms out of all the classrooms that you see in the Potter series. That is my favorite to see, because it's just an iconic set.
I'm really excited to see young Dumbledore as a Defense Against the Dark Arts professor.
Although, did you notice that the guy who played him, which is Jude Law, he speaks with a slight Irish accent, similar to how, because they want to I guess they want to make it so he was as if he was a young Dumbledore played by Michael Gambon. So you can kind of tell he has kind of an Irish accent, but he's very much British, which I like, because if they're gonna, he was speaking Irish, the Irish accent kind of thing, so it makes sense where he's based off of the original, the Dumbledore we've known for the past few movies, not the original one we have, the first two movies, my favorite, but I think it's an interesting character, and I'm very interested to see where they're going to take his character as a character, because in the first Fantastic Beasts movie, we just heard him, I think we got one of the guys, Colin Farrell, he's why is Dumbledore so interested in you? And now we know why, now we know what's happening, he's teaming up with Dumbledore to stop, Grindelwald or whatever, because it's called the Crimes of Grindelwald, so Grindelwald, played by Johnny Depp, has done something terrible, so that's basically what it is.
I'm
excited for it. I think it'll be really, really good.
I hope it is.
Because, everyone wanted more Harry Potter, the Harry Potter universe. There's always, these lore we haven't really got an answer. We haven't got. I want a Marauders movie. I want an Heir movie, about the four heirs of Hogwarts, Godric, Gryffindor, Ravenclaw, all those people. I want a movie about that. There's all this Harry Potter lore that we've touched upon. We just haven't really gotten much more than maybe flashbacks. And I want that to be a thing. I want us to get a Marauders movie. I want to get an Heir movie. We haven't gotten that because there's so much story left to tell in the Harry Potter universe that we haven't really gotten, besides just the stories that have been told within the movie, which is all those. I can't really give you an example, but I would definitely. I think everyone wanted to. I think they made a fan-made project called The Marauders. I think that was fan. It was actually pretty good, and they also made a Voldemort origin story, which I haven't seen yet. It's a fan-made.
I haven't
movie.
seen that.
It looks really good.
Around.
It looks like a really good fan project, a fan project that looks very, production-wise, it looks very close to the movies, and I think
it looks very professional. When I first saw it, I thought it was gonna be I thought it was actually a spin-off or something.
Yeah, and what the hell is this thing? It looks cool, I was very interested to see that. So yeah, I think that I'm hoping they'll do more with that, because they announced, I was oh, they're making a Harry Potter, a new Harry Potter movie thing. called Fantastic Beasts. Ooh, this will be cool. Wait, there's gonna be 5 of them? Sweet! We don't have to worry about not making any more. They're making 5 of them. This will be the second one.
5 Fantastic Beasts films?
There'll be, Fantastic Beasts. There'll be 2020, 2022, 2024, and that'll be it.
Oh my.
They're making more. No, they're not gonna stop. But I still want them to make those other movies that I suggested they make, because there's a lot of lore in the Potter universe that we still haven't been told about yet.
I think I'm only gonna be okay with more Harry Potter stuff as long as J.K. Rowling writing it. I don't think this is a series that could be written by anyone else. So as long as she's writing more Harry Potter stuff, I'm down for it. But as soon as it turns into like written by committee, movie studio garbage, I'm gonna drop the series.
Definitely.
Yeah, so would I. Like I said, I never had a chance to read any of the other Harry Potter books, but I remember the few times that I did have a chance to read anything about it, I loved what little I did.
Yeah, she's a great writer.
Oh yeah, and whether you're a fan of the series or not, or whatever, and this goes out to the audience, whether you're a fan of the series or not, you cannot deny the impact that it has had on pop culture, just the exact same way that Star Wars has. They both have had some tremendous impact on pop culture as a whole, and just on people in general. I can promise you that a lot of people are in much better circumstances than they were. I know people that have been in real shit circumstances. I mean, absolute horse shit circumstances in books like J.K. Rowling's Harry Potter or Star Wars series or anything under the rainbow. They have really helped. Smosh is another example of this. It might not be a film property, but it also had that effect on a lot of people. So all that I know is as long as they maintain what makes it tick, as long as there is a good writer behind it that fans can adhere to, that J.K. Rowling, if J.K. Rowling gave her blessing to a writer, said, you have my permission to write the Harry Potter series, I'd be all for it.
Oh, yeah, totally.
I'd definitely not be because, I mean, she is a queen. And I think that as fans, we should appreciate a whole argument that, hey, people actually know what the hell they're doing.
Yeah, definitely. I think that one thing about the trailer that ever since the first movie came out, they've been, like, discriminating upon the casting of Johnny Depp because of what he is in real life, because he's not a very good person, because he's, did some horrible stuff, and I totally understand it, and that's why my family is not really wanting to watch any more of his movies. They don't want to support him, but I like his work. I understand that he's not very good. He beat his wife and ended up becoming a divorce. He beat his wife very badly, and that's why it happened. And even then, I still like his work. I still like his movies. It isn't illegal to be a fan of his movies, okay?
Right.
He doesn't make him a good person, but
difference between liking an artist as a person and liking an artist's work.
Just because
if that were the case, everyone would hate the hell out of what's that one dude's name?
What?
The Baldwin.
What?
Then everyone would hate Adam Baldwin. I mean, seriously, if that were the case, I mean, I'm not at all supporting their actions, not at all, but they do also produce good films. I think they need to be held accountable for their actions, whether they are a popular person or not. Just like any other, I mean, we're all humans, but...
Yeah, I mean, I just
you know what I mean? If being a decent person means that you have... Yeah, it's kind of hard to say. But you know what I mean.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, I'm just like... Because when I saw the trailer, and it's like, oh, Grindelwald's there, and it's in the movie title, it's like, but it's Johnny Depp. He's a person. It's a movie. It's a Harry Potter universe movie. He's in it. It doesn't matter. It's a movie I don't want to see. You can't stop me from seeing a movie about Harry Potter in a Harry Potter world that happens to have Johnny Depp in the movie. You can't just stop me from that.
I mean, in the same case. I mean, I didn't know anything about the O.J. Simpson case or whatever that happened. I forget when that even happened.
I think it was pretty recent, actually. Like. Last year?
No, O.J. Simpson, that's happened, I think, like
I don't know, but like, I know he was,
anyway, all I know is that when it happened, I had no idea.
He was married to Amber Heard, and then he divorced. They get divorced because he was a bad person. But point is, he's playing a character in the movie called Grindelwald.
He was accused of murdering his wife and
his
mother.
Yeah, definitely. But he's playing a character called Grindelwald, who is in the original Harry Potter stories, and he was actually a character that we briefly saw at the end of Part 2, I want to say. I think so. And he was plays as a young character. Obviously, it must have been like like in the 1800s or something, because like the movie takes place in the 20s. It's like, it's still interesting because he looks different in the movie than he did last time, because it's obviously been a couple years, I think, and got a beard, all that stuff. But I'm still interested to see it. People are like, oh, maybe they should beef up the Dumbledore gay thing with him. Like, I think we talked about it the last time we had a podcast about this. I don't think they're gonna do that. It wouldn't work for that. I think they should save that. They should have a kind of build. I mean, yes, it's been confirmed that he's gay, but they shouldn't really delve into that, because they want the plot of the movie is to like stop Grindelwald. He's the bad person of the movie.
Well,
they're trying to stop him.
Then by that same coin that you just said, they kind of have to, because Grindelwald and they were lovers.
Yeah.
Seriously.
Yep.
That was. It's not some thing. In fact, that's how it should go, probably. Mm-hmm. If it's about trying to catch Grindelwald, and it's been confirmed by Rowling that, hey, Grindelwald and Dumbledore, they had a thing together. They were close. They were in a relationship together.
Yep.
If anything, that's the perfect time to show it.
Probably, I think they should definitely save it for when Grindelwald isn't such a bad person in the movie. I imagine he'll change, but like, I don't know. It's coming into November. Who knows what's gonna happen? I think it's gonna be really good, because the first one was great, and I think the second one will be good too. There's a lot about the movie that like surprised me. It was just like in terms of setting, and we saw New York. We saw apparently he's going to Paris. There's the more beasts involved. We get all the characters from the first movie coming out. That's pretty cool, I think. There's more of the courthouse room, whatever you call it, from the first movie, which was interesting. There's a lot more, like, I think there's in the I'm looking at the trailer now from snippets, and it looks like there's this carriage. They're like kind of like, imagine the carriage from the Harry Potter Goblet of Fire, but a little different. So there's a scene in the trailer where they're leaping off this building, and it's like these like, I don't know, these horses, like a flying horse, whatever you call it, and they're on like a carriage. That looks very cool.
Cool.
I don't know what that's about, but it looks really cool. It's like the part of a movie that looks really cool. We get Dumbledore and Newt teaming up, which looks awesome. We get like this pound move. I think that's I'm looking at the trailer. This like, it looks like kind of a bright light, like a bright orange light. I don't know what they're doing. Like, what kind of spell is that? I don't know what that means. I don't know. Mm-hmm. It looks really cool though. Like, I imagine they'll have in the movies, since this is just a trailer, that they'll have more spells we have not seen before. I don't think I've talked about that before, but it'll be really cool if they have spells we've never encountered before, like spells like this spell.
I wonder if Dumbledore's gonna have the Elder Wand.
Well, I think it's in the title card, isn't it? Let's see.
Yeah, they have the halos in card.
It's in the Eye of Crimes. I'm looking at I'm on the trailer right now. Fantastic Beasts, the Crimes, and the Eye in Crimes is actually what looks like an Elder Wand, I think. Looks like and then the A in Wald is almost like well, no, not quite. It could almost be the Deathly Hallows, but it's not. But I like the font they're using. It's very
and
cool.
That doesn't explain if Dumbledore is going to have the Elder Wand.
I would love to see that. That would be really cool if they had that, because you have to have the Elder Wand. It's Dumbledore. That was the best part of the Harry Potter universe movies, was the Elder Wand. And
aren't they also going to have what's his face from with the Sorcerer's Stone?
What do you mean, like?
Nicholas Flamel.
Yeah.
That would be cool. That would be cool. I would love to. I think that would be very cool, because there was definitely. I think that's one of the funniest parts about the first movie was where Ron was saying like Nicholas Flamel like immortal. He was like saying immortal, and she's like, it means to never die. Like, I know what it means. Like, that was such a great point of the movie. It's like, Ron knows what it means, but he's saying immortal in the way that, like, you'd question why is he immortal, but like, she thought it was, you know, she's questioning what that means.
1 second, you guys. I'm sorry.
That's okay. But yeah, I definitely think that we'll see more spells, and we'll see maybe some characters that have been mentioned in the previous movies we never really got more of. Like, obviously Nicholas and Elba were really cool. I don't know anybody really else that.
So on that though, Tom, I was actually watching the video last night when I was looking at some stuff on my house, and this video, I forget what the YouTube channel is called. I'll take a look at it just as you and let you know. Right. But this YouTube channel, they're also talking about that one weird lady that was kind of in like a cuddly kind of thing with that one spirit dude from the first movie.
Spirit dude.
You remember the dude that was like that big old black smoke and whatnot?
Oh, Peeves! Right?
Yeah, so with Peeves,
they cut him, yeah.
When you see that picture, the cast photo of everyone in their outfits and whatnot.
Yeah.
Next to Peeves, there's this lady that seems to be wearing almost like this. She hasn't been named yet, but she if you look at the photo, but they're actually saying, hey, that might be Nagini. That's what they're thinking.
Interesting, because I think that would be really good. Their character would be really cool because they had shot a scene, but they just like they didn't put it in the movie for some reason. I think they
remember Nagini?
The what?
Nagini, Voldemort's snake.
Oh yeah, right, Nagini. That would be also pretty cool because I think we talked about
that might be her because like if you remember right in one of the final Harry Potter movies, she's in like that human suit or whatever.
Right.
So I forget the name of the channel, but you should definitely take a look at what they're saying. Because I know that with your interest in Harry Potter, you would really appreciate that.
I love the franchise itself, is like, you know, because there was rumors about like, oh, maybe there's some Potter characters in the original movies that could, you know, at least their moms or dads or whatever could make an appearance in the movie. I mean, we're gonna get like, you know, Dumbledore, who was in the movies, all of them. So that's gonna be very interesting to see. But yeah, I think that having characters that we've never seen before, either in, you know, Harry Potter itself, in just the books, or in just like in general, like Peeves, that were in the books that never really been in the movies besides like a screenshot for some. I think they must have cut him, but it would have been great because that was a character that he was fun. He was a fun character in the book, and actually he did make an appearance in the video games. Weirdly enough. So weird how they do that. Like they make a video game and they have everything from the books in the video game, but it's not in the movies. So it's just so weird. Kind of like Lord of the Rings. They did the exact thing where they had Tom Bombadil in the video game, but didn't have him in the movie, which is weird. But point being that was. I definitely think they'll add that. But yeah. Anything else from the trailer that you thought was really, really cool?
So really quick though. Just mentioning that the name of the channel and. Ladies and gentlemen that are watching this, I'm just a fan of their stuff. We're not endorsing their channel, really. We're just saying, hey, I like their stuff. Me, Big Down. I don't know about that, but I'm mentioning it. But they're called Super Carlin Brothers on YouTube. And they have a lot of different, like, they talk back and forth in their videos and whatnot, talking about things Harry Potter, Star Wars, and all that jazz and whatnot. You would really like them. Because they do a lot of series videos and whatnot, and they're the ones that propose the idea that is that lady that's kind of getting all with that one black smoke dude from Lost.
Right, okay. I haven't seen Lost because I'm behind on stuff, but I don't know. I just really my interest really.
I no longer like you.
Okay.
What?
Is Lucas back now?
I'm back.
Oh, okay, hi.
Hey,
so
George Lucas, you're back!
there was something that I did want to talk about from the trailer that
back to City prequels.
About the trailer that looked really interesting to me, and that was about the 1:15 mark on it's this channel that had the trailer itself. It's this cavern cave thing where there's like these images on the wall. I think Tina's looking at it. She's the woman from the first movie that like has a.
I thought that was in like the attic of a house or something.
I don't know. It looks like some kind of sewer thing. I don't know. It looks really really deep.
What's the timestamp?
On the channel Film Select trailer, I'm on 1:15, and there's a part where it's like someone is looking at like this. I think Teen is actually looking at in this cave system, looking at this wall that has like these images on it. It looks really weird and interesting too. I don't know what that's about, but it looks really cool.
Something weird in Harry Potter. Oh my god!
I guess you're right. That does kind of look like a sewer.
Yeah, I don't know what the deal with that is, but that could be something interesting that maybe in the second trailer we'll get more of. Also, another part of the trailer that looks really cool was the locations they are going, like looks like Scotland or Ireland, and there's like an underwater scene. You know what that reminds me of? The fourth movie with the second task.
Oh, with the mermaid?
Yes, it very much reminds me of that. I mean, it doesn't matter if you've read the book or the movie, it's the same scene. They're in an underwater thing. It looks like this person's riding seaweed, literally riding a seaweed monster.
Yeah, I saw that.
It looks really cool. It looks really creepy and everything. It looks awesome though. It looks like literally a seaweed horse monster thing. It looks exactly like a scene from the second task. Like looks like the exact same underwater. Maybe it's the Black Lake. Maybe they're under the Black Lake at Hogwarts. I didn't think about that. That'd be cool.
That would be.
That would be very
cool.
What
reason would they have to go down there?
I don't know, because it's like Hogwarts is a heavily featured in the movie. So maybe there's some reason they have to go in, because there is a scene where it goes from Ministry or whatever, I don't know what it is, to this like it's like two scenes that cut. One of them is where it looks like maybe Scotland, the kids are like this on this like raid or whatever, and then there's a scene and that next clip that cuts where this it might be nude or whatever, riding this seaweed looking horse monster thing. I don't know. It looks like a monster. I don't know.
It looks like a Mr. Nene.
It looks like a dragon monster. Actually, now that I think of it, it looks like a dragon monster. Yeah, whatever you call it. I don't know. It looks really cool. But it definitely reminds me of the Black Lake, because that was part of the second task. So yeah, maybe that's what it is. I don't know. Looks like it could be very interesting. So I don't know.
Oh no, I'm going hardcore parkour in Assassin's Creed at the moment.
What? Oh, you're playing that game too. But yeah. Anything else?
Hardcore, bitches.
Anything else from the trailer that you thought was really cool that you want to talk about before we move on, or?
Let's talk about the war.
Oh yeah, what?
I can't think of the character's name, but the Muggle from the first one, the American guy.
Oh yeah, the Dan Folger, the actor. Yeah.
Didn't he lose his memories of the Wizarding World?
Well,
yes, but no, and yes, no, yeah, maybe so. One way to find out. No,
he seems in this trailer to know.
Did you see the first movie?
Yeah, I did see the first.
I've seen the first movie. I don't remember all
at
of
the
it.
very end, he's in his bake shop doing all.
I remember most of it.
Looking at the press and whatnot. Right. And one lady that he kind of had a
I remember that.
But he comes in and he remembers her. So most likely he's just got like flakes of memories or something like that. Or Newt Commander reminds him, "Hey, it's me. Don't you remember me?" And then, I mean, seriously, it's basically going all stereotype as much as they can.
Yeah. Definitely.
I mean, there's no really any other way to put it other than they're going all stereotypical in this. They're most likely going to have something along those lines, or have some spares, potion / medical way, whatever, for him to remember.
Yeah, definitely.
I don't know. I just think it's silly that they wiped his memories at the end.
That was a very silly thing.
Immediately give him back in this second movie.
Well, the reason why they needed to wipe his memories is because he was a Muggle.
Like why it happened in but I mean, at a storytelling level, why bother making that?
That is interesting because because he did say he wanted to be a wizard, because like a Muggle, they wouldn't know they would really not believe what magic is, but he believes in magic, so he wanted to be a wizard. So it would be a little silly to wipe a memory because Muggles usually in the world of Harry Potter, they don't usually they don't know what magic is. They don't believe in magic, and so having him say I want to be a wizard too. That's interesting because that's not usually something you'd see from a Muggle at all. So.
I want to be a wizard.
Well, you're not something I usually see.
Yeah, definitely. It's something that is very unusual for a Muggle to say. Like, I want to be a wizard. But you don't believe in magic. Though. How can it say that kind of thing? You know. But yeah. One last thing about the trailer I wanted to bring up before we switch topics to the next trailer is. I'm wondering how much of Hogwarts we're gonna see in the movie.
Dude, I thought we were going to the next trailer.
I'm just asking about in general. Like, how much do you think we'll see of Hogwarts?
I hope that we don't see very much. I think that was fucking what
like a scene where they get like recruit Dumbledore or whatever.
Yeah.
And then they continue on their way. I think
Okay.
most of
So you don't think it'll be heavily featured? You'll just like see it some.
I hope not. Like I said beforehand, we saw way too much of. Well, not too much, but we already saw a lot of. We already saw. Hang on, how many movies? 7 movies worth of. Hey, it's a school. Whoop-de-fucking-do. I mean,
that's true.
I'm not at all saying that. Hey, it's a bad thing. I'm just saying that we saw quite a lot of it already. We don't really need all that much.
Yeah, I mean it is a prequel after all.
We already know exactly
so.
what it is. We already know exactly who's there. We know Hagrid, all that stuff. I mean, I think that unless we're just gonna see it at the beginning, maybe once or twice in flashbacks. But aside from that, there's not really any way. If you want to talk about, hey, reasons for having a storytelling realm,
yeah, totally.
That alone is enough of a, hey, it's not really worth storytelling-wise, other than just a couple of scenes here and there. Otherwise, you're just pandering way too much, and it's not needed. Not for a series like this. We already know what we're seeing. We already know the characters. We already know Dumbledore. Okay, remind us who he is, and go from there.
That's definitely true, yeah. That's all I can say about the trailer. I'm excited for it. It looks like it could be really, really good, and I'm definitely glad they're making more of these, because I love Harry Potter, and I love the franchise, and I love the lore, and all that stuff. The characters, my favorite. So that's really all I can say for Fantastic Beasts: Crimes of Grindelwald. I'm hyped for it. It's gonna be great. So the next trailer that definitely we were all excited for it is gonna be in my opinion, one of the best superhero movies and the best movie of all time. Avengers: Infinity War finally got a second trailer. What do you guys think?
I'm so excited.
Yes, yes.
I'm so excited.
Oh my god, it looks so good. There's we have Tony, asking about, about who the villain is. Like, Thanos is him, and we see a flashback. We see Cap fighting Thanos. That, oh my god, that scene was like, oh my god, is Cap gonna die? Oh no, what's gonna happen to Cap? We don't know.
Thought that Captain America was going to die in Civil War, and now everyone thinks he's here. So I don't know.
They just want him to die. I mean,
it might happen. You never know. I mean, I know that Mark Ruffalo said everyone's going to die, but that's just him playing with us. So we might lose a few characters, but I don't know. Maybe he's kind of up. So who knows if it'll be the last. I imagine he'll probably die in the 4th one, but
I wouldn't be surprised if you start killing off some of the old hats in the near future, but
definitely.
I mean, not only that, but their contracts are all running low.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, I know that Chris Hemsworth, he said that he'd still be up to playing Thor, because he's like, I remember a video saying we just finished. I just finished up the last 2 Avengers movies, but if there's a good script, then we'll have conversations, and if there's a good script, again, we'll talk about it. So that there's a piece that he potentially won't. Basically, he doesn't see a reason to quit playing Thor, so we might. Actually, there was a post about him saying he was going to quit acting for a while after Avengers to focus on his family, which makes sense. But aside from that, who knows? But yeah, any favorite part about the trailer that you really liked that was oh my god? I think my favorite part for me has got to be the dialogue exchange between Star-Lord and Tony. That was awesome.
Oh yeah, that was
I like the plan of yours, but one thing, it sucks. Let me tell you my plan. It might be okay.
What?
He's like, wow,
I love that part.
That was funny.
One thing that I think I liked the most was Nebula talking about who Thanos was and whatnot.
Actually, that was Gamora. Nebula is in the trailer, but she's not.
Oh yeah. Well, actually, I was thinking before we started doing this podcast today, I was actually looking up some more stuff on Infinity War and whatnot.
Oh yeah.
And it showed some of the new photos of what Nebula's going to look like. She has her hand back.
Oh really?
I'm not surprised.
Yeah, she has a new robotic hand on, and and she's also wearing the same red uniform that the Guardians wear.
With the Gamora or Nebula?
Nebula.
Oh, interesting.
She's wearing the exact same outfit that the Guardians wear now. So she looks like she's gonna be a Guardian in this.
Well, it makes sense just in the bio, so it wouldn't be it wouldn't really make a whole lot of sense for her not to be. But I think it's awesome. There's a lot of amazing parts about it. We get a shot of Tony basically sending up the Iron Spider armor to Peter Parker to get him, save him with some kind of too cool tech. He looks so cool now. It looks. I mean, I prefer the Mark 6 with the triangle piece, but this armor looks awesome too. Like.
I'm really looking. You know what I hope they do in this next one?
Yeah.
I really want to see a fight between the Avengers and the Guardians.
Yeah, like a turmoil fight, like they're just kind of like arguing, or whatever, or.
No, I mean like an actual physical fight, like when they first meet. I really want to see Star-Lord and Tony going at it like crazy. Seeing going against the Hulk or something like that, getting ripped to shreds.
The first Avengers, where it's like the first half of the movie is they're like constantly fighting each other.
Yeah.
Cool.
Definitely. Let's see. I think it's very cool that we see Thanos in his armor from the Guardians of the Galaxy, because he looks different. Maybe it's lighting, but he just looks a wee different. I mean, maybe it's, I don't know, maybe
not
it's lighting.
Only that, but they did change some of his looks. Like, he wears his helmet. I'm just like, oh, thank God. I mean, if you saw in the second trailer, he wore his helmet throughout the entire damn thing.
Oh, yeah.
The entire trailer. No forehead in sight. No forehead in sight. Yes, we have the helmet.
Yep. I think it's very interesting that they're giving a backstory to Gamora and Thanos, because it's, because it's his planet. Like that's where all of the fighting is taking place. We're getting backstory on him, and we a young Gamora. That'll be very interesting to see. And also when Thanos crushes the Tesseract, and then when we see the Black Order. That looks awesome. I'm like, oh my God, it's them. I know of them, but I don't know really a whole lot about what the Black Order is. I know it's the children of Thanos, and I have seen some videos about them explaining about what they are, but I'm not like super familiar with them. But I know of them, so I think they're really cool to see in the movie. And we see Black Panther's helmet coming on like that. It looks so cool. Apparently there's a rumor that Hulk is actually piloting the Hulkbuster, which could be really cool. I don't know. I'm not sure to say about that.
I saw that too, a little bit. I saw a concept art for that.
Yeah, it sounds like it could be really cool. See, I think the tense moment was when Doctor Strange is in this thing where he has spike or shards or whatever sticking in his face, and you have I think not Proxima, the other guy, Corvus Glade, or no, I can't remember. Who's the other guy? The guy with the really good CGI.
Who?
The guy who's trying to take Doctor Strange's Infinity Stone in the 137 mark. He's a Black Order child. There's Proxima, there's Corvus Glade, there's
I have no idea what the fuck you're talking about.
He's a member of the Black Order.
Okay.
Let's see if I can.
Okay, what time stamp?
It's on movie clips, trailers, and it's 137. There's this guy who he's basically trying to take Doctor Strange's Infinity Stone, his amulet thing.
Oh, that dude.
The Aya Agamotto.
Yeah, Aya Agamotto. I keep forgetting his name.
I can't think of his name either, but that weird looking alien looking guy.
And then there's Corvus Glade, there's Proxima Midnight, and there's I can't remember any of them now. I want to say that there's more than one, but I can't. I keep forgetting the name. But basically he's the guy who has a really good CGI, and he wanted to take the stone from Thanos, and then we see that Thanos against Captain America, or Nomad in this case. Apparently he's going to Nomad now. That fight, that sequence, the fight, 5 seconds. Oh my God! If you can see how strong Cap is, he's holding it back, his eyes just rah! It looks so cool. That scene is gonna be awesome. I think it'll be really fun. I'm looking forward to that. Although one thing I will say about the trailer that is still bugging me is Thanos himself. I think in certain scenes he looks more purple. In the scene where he's fighting Cap, he looks more purple. But also his armor, he doesn't have as much armor on. He doesn't have his helmet. He doesn't have the arm gauntlet thing, not the actual Infinity Gauntlet, but the other arm gauntlet he has in Guardians of the Galaxy 1. And I think a really funny scene was at the end of the trailer when we see Peter introducing stuff I'm Peter, by the way, Doctor Strange. Oh, using made up now names now, but in that case I'm Spider-Man. Doctor Strange is like,
Doctor Strange just glares at him.
That was funny. I love the humor in these. I think it's like because the last movies they've been funny, but I think they're gonna have some serious moments, but they're also gonna have a lot of funny moments. I think that's gonna be
They better have mostly serious. Man,
yeah.
Thanos killing everyone on Earth for God's sake.
Yeah, definitely.
If they don't go all serious with this, I'm gonna be a little pissed.
Did you see the TV spot they had a couple months ago, where it was?
I don't have TV.
Well, it was on YouTube actually. I don't have TV either, but it was a YouTube thing. It was a TV spot on YouTube. And it was a trailer. It was a very short trailer for Infinity War. It was a Super Bowl trailer on YouTube, and it was. You see like a scene where Groot is playing on his video game. He doesn't care about what's happening, and then you have Doctor Strange and Iron Man teaming up. That was awesome, by the way. That scene where he's doing that. Did you see the trailer for that TV spot?
Nope,
I did not.
Okay, so basically it's a trailer that has a lot of really short clips in it, but it has Doctor Strange and Iron Man teaming up. You have a lot of really cool things. You have I think Thor is with the Guardians on Milano going into space, basically to get a new hammer, and you have Groot, Teenage Groot just got playing his game. He doesn't give a shit about what's going on. He's just like, I have better things to do than be involved in this. I'm just gonna play my game. He's literally like that. Like he's just like this. I mean, you were a teenager and you didn't really want to be in a war. Play your game. It's like, I think that's the interesting thing about the movie that I recently found out because I've been following the Marvel Cinematic Universe page on Facebook is that they revealed that Thor and Thanos will have the most screen time. So the unexpected screen time.
Yeah.
Expect them to have the most screen time. Follow the page on Facebook. It's called the Marvel Cinematic Universe. It has all the stuff about the Marvel Cinematic Universe, and one of the most recent ones was about that they're gonna have a lot more screen time in this, which is great. I think Cap's new shield looks awesome. By the way, it's not the original shield, the black, the red, blue, and white one, but it looks awesome. It looks so cool. I've
only seen the two gauntlet-looking shields that he has. Are those the ones that he has, or is it different?
Well, he has. In the first trailer, we saw him running with everyone else, and he had two Black Panther type of gauntlets. Yeah, but in the trailer, in recent trailers, he's had like this very shield-like gauntlet that's very big, and it like even in the toy packaging, there's a shield, and it pops out, and it looks so cool. There's a
I haven't seen it yet.
So it's actually in the trailer, on the new trailer, and it's timestamp 129. He looks so cool with it. I'm not a fan of it, but like I'm not used to the original shield, but I think it looks pretty cool. We get a shot of Spider-Man. I think the theory is that in the first trailer, the leaked one at Comic-Con that you can still see, you can still find it, but it's very bad quality because it's like filmed with the camera, and it's apparently technically illegal to do that, but. It was a trailer that they showed off at Comic-Con back in July of last year, and there was a point where Thanos throws a moon at the Avengers, and in this trailer, it looks like that it's like a seconds after he does that, like the moon shatters, and the debris of that is what Spider-Man is flying through at the end of the trailer. Shortly after he meets Doctor Strange, which looks awesome, by the way, and we see another shot of Thor. Okay, here's the thing with Thor that people are kind of confused about because it was in the Entertainment Weekly art thing that they had, and this with Thor's eye because if you knew in Thor Ragnarok he lost his eye. Hope you guys seen Thor Ragnarok by now. Hopefully you have.
Yeah.
So in that movie he loses his eye, but in the Entertainment Weekly stuff he has his eye back and he has his Mjolnir hammer, not the same one he always had, and that was like a misleading thing, and. Obviously, we get his cape back. We have his eye. It could be that the time zone makes it his eye or heal or something. And I think the reason they had the hammer in there was because of people who haven't seen Thor Ragnarok yet would see the trailer or see the Entertainment Weekly post and it's like, oh, Thor looks different, but he doesn't look like anything. He looks something happened in the Thor Ragnarok that I'll wait and see. Turns out that they added that so that they would not see the
and for the Ragnarok trailers.
Yeah.
Like the scene where he's on the Bifrost Bridge.
Yeah.
In that scene in the trailer, he had the lightning coming from both eyes and whatnot, and whatnot, both of them were floaty and.
Yeah, the trailer showed him with two eyes, but in the actual movie it was one eye, which is very interesting.
Mm-hmm.
That's just thing with like.
The reason why they did that is just because hey, they don't want to spoil anything.
Yeah. It's kind of like how they did with
the.
There was
with this.
There was a Disney ad where it showed Iron Man's new Mark. People were calling it Mark 50, but technically it's actually Mark 48 if you count the whole question armor. It's actually Mark 48. People saying it's 50. It's not 50. It's 48. But there's a ad for Disney. I think it's Disney World or Land or whatever. But they have 3 Avengers. They have Cap, they have Thor, and they have Iron Man in his new Mark 48. And Thor is the one that looks the most different because he looks like he did in Age of Ultron and Dark World. And that's because they don't want to spoil Thor Ragnarok. I think that trailer was it was an ad for Disney marketing Infinity War, and it was when Ragnarok was still in theaters, and they did that so they wouldn't spoil what happened to Thor, which is interesting because it makes sense, but it's also really interesting because it's like, oh, Thor looks the same he did in the other movies. That's because the people who hadn't seen Thor Ragnarok by now because they were still playing in theaters, they'll be like, wait, Thor looks different, but it's like, oh, the thing happened to Thor. Okay, he's the same person. Nope. Until they see Thor Ragnarok, it's like, oh, now we know what happened to Thor, and that's why they do that. Same thing with the Entertainment Weekly. That's why you see Mjolnir back, like, oh, Mjolnir's fiction ever? Probably not, because again, spoilers for people who haven't seen Thor Ragnarok, but they want to make it so it seems like nothing happened to Thor, nothing terrible happened to Thor, like he didn't lose his hammer, and so they would edit that to make it so like he didn't actually lose his hammer. And it turns out when you see the movie, he did. So that's the thing. And I think what's really cool about the movie is the scene where you see Rocket, Groot, and Thor in this place. I don't really know how to explain this this place. I think it's the place where he originally forged Mjolnir in the original movies, and it was the lore of the Thor.
He did not forge.
Yeah, and so they go there in the trailer after really shortly after the events of the Ragnarok. They go to this place, and he forges a new hammer called Stormbreaker. I've heard it's called. It's this really big axe from the comics, and I've also heard that Peter Dinklage is going to be in the movie too. That scene where you see him do the lightning. Apparently, they digitally removed him. I've been told by Emergency Awesome that he does a lot of comic book trailers and all that stuff and episodes stuff for TV shows and stuff. But he says that, and this might not actually be true, but he says that Peter Dinklage, pretty well-known actor, he says that he's supposed to be in the movie and in that particular scene, but they must have digitally removed him so people wouldn't, they wouldn't probably see him until maybe a TV spot or whatever. But who knows what he'll be? That'll be interesting. But yeah, I don't know. I think it'll be interesting just to see where Thor has been all this time because it's only been it'll pretty much be shortly after that. But his how he's changed since the end of Thor Ragnarok will be really interesting. Because he's gonna have more screen time. Also, seeing we have I think there's a trailer where is it? See where they come. Where is it? Oh, it's right here when we have Cap, Black Widow with blonde hair. People are still not over that. It's just a hair color change. She's an assassin. She's an assassin. She does that. People are like, why does Black Widow have white hair? Is that a problem? She's an assassin. She goes undercover. She went from short hair to long hair to curly hair to long hair to this hair now. It's okay. We have Cap, we have Black Widow, we have Vision, we have Bruce, and then we have Rhodey with the fixed, because in the end of Civil War we saw that he got shot, but Tony fixed it, but it still doesn't work very well. But we see that now that he's got a little more advanced and is able to actually fix the leg, so that, and I think my theory is with Rhodey is that the only way he'll be able to actually really walk really well is with the War Machine armor. That's his health support, basically. I'm theorizing that's probably what's going to happen. You think that'd be a good theory?
Yeah, I actually
that would make sense.
Yeah, because he got shot, so the only way he can really walk again is with armor. That's the only way he can. It makes sense, really, and I think it's going to be really cool. The one character that really is surprising me so far of all the characters that we've seen in the Avengers team is Captain America, or in this case Steve Rogers, because he doesn't Captain America anymore, because he has a beard, he doesn't have a helmet, he's taken the store away, he's taken the Avengers label off, he's a completely different man. I think he's gonna be the most interesting character in terms of development because like I don't know when Avengers Infinity War takes place from Civil War because my question is how long had it been since Civil War took place? I mean I think that's been a couple of years, but like it takes that long to grow a beard that size.
It was about 3 years or so.
That's a long time.
Remember, no, it was actually about 2 years. Remember, that's exactly what happened with the Hulk. He was as the Hulk for about 2 years.
That's true. That's very true. Also Doctor Strange happened too, but like, I think it's very interesting because we have him. Hopefully, he's dropped the mantle. And actually, how many have you seen Black Panther yet?
Yeah. I have not. Don't spoil it. Please.
Okay, I won't spoil it.
All I'm gonna say is fucking awesome.
Then I can't say that. Dang it! If you haven't seen the movie, I can't say it. God damn it, Lucas! I was gonna tell you that. It makes me like I want to tell something. I can't tell it because you haven't seen it. Okay, never mind. I guess I can't.
Let's just allude to it. Okay, so in this scene, Black Panther dies, and just death and death and death all around. Yeah. Right. Everyone dies. The world is overtaken by nuclear explosion. The Xenomorphs from Alien show up. Remember that song? That was absolutely fantastic. The Xenomorphs show up. They explode from people's
come on.
However, because of the vibranium stuff and whatever, they take one of those weird things.
Superman shows up too to help out the fight.
Super Queen, and let's just say the universe is fucked.
Superman and Batman also enter a portal and they help out too. You know, at the end of Black Panther, we get Superman helps out. There you go.
Marvel does own Fox. So actually, you know what? The more I think about it, Marvel now owns Fox.
Yeah.
Disney now owns Fox. So what I just said is entirely possible.
Yeah.
I shit you not. That could happen in the next movie. The Xenomorphs could randomly pop out of their chest.
Oh my god.
They confirm.
Wow, that's just ridiculous.
I shit you not. It's entirely possible now. Oh my god.
But two characters that are heavily missing from the movie that we haven't seen any in the trailer yet is Ant-Man and Hawkeye. Where the fuck are they? God damn it. Come on, give us Hawkeye.
Most likely Hawkeye is going to be gone for the majority of the film again.
I've heard that, yeah. I've heard he's going to be
He's like the whipping boy of the Avengers. Yes,
pretty much,
I have a bow and arrow. Woohoo. I mean...
We're running all our robots and I have a bow and arrow. Nothing that makes sense. That's my favorite
We're run by alien robots.
Yep.
Okay, and the world's flying, and I have a bow and arrow.
None of this makes sense.
Awesome.
But yeah, I'm very curious to see where they are because we haven't seen Ant-Man. Obviously, Ant-Man and the Wasp will be set. The last movie technically set before Infinity War, even though Infinity War was coming out before then, which again is super with continuity. I wish they filmed Ant-Man before they filmed Infinity War and released it before, but whatever. But I'm interested because like we know that the Wasp isn't gonna be in the movie until Avengers 4. The Captain Marvel isn't gonna be in there until Avengers 4. But Ant-Man is still not in the movie. Maybe it's because he's so small, but again, it wouldn't really matter because he can change his size when he wants to, so it wouldn't matter. But like, we haven't seen Hawkeye. Obviously, I've been told that Hawkeye is gonna on his own journey, which is why we won't see him as much as him. We'll see him quite a lot, but probably not as much. But no Ant-Man. I'm very surprised to see what's happening with it. Like, what happened to him? Like, like, we know that he's dealing with the stuff in Ant-Man and the Wasp. Like, people want to see him. He's one of my favorite characters of the Marvel universe so far, at least. One of my great Avengers. So, I don't know what to say about that. So, I guess if they drop another TV spot weeks before the movie comes out, we'll probably see a little bit of him. Hopefully not. I don't know. Another character that I'm very surprised with, because she's honestly one of my favorite Avengers, my favorite new Avengers, is Scarlet Witch. What's with the orange hair? Seriously, why does she have orange hair now?
Why not?
I don't know.
I mean, she looks the same.
I hope that she wears the iconic outfit in this.
Well,
that would be awesome.
I don't know. They haven't. I think the closest they've gotten to is her Civil War outfit because she's one of my favorite new Avengers. So. Maybe they'll do that because.
I mean, I don't really give a shit about the hair as long as they finally do the headpiece.
I don't think they're gonna do that. I think the closest they've come with like actual comic accurate stuff is Vision and Captain America. That's pretty much it, and also Spider-Man. So they get comic accurate enough, but it's not quite what you expect. But yeah, I think that Scarlet Witch it's interesting because she has orange hair in this movie, and I mean, not to mention that she's in real life she's a very beautiful woman. Agree with me on that?
Yeah.
Yeah. There's a video where she's explaining her character, and it's just hard not to like. It's hard not to stop looking at her. She's attractive, but yeah, I definitely think that she's a very interesting character. I think that like all Avengers will have changed since then, and heck, Bruce Banner has a haircut now. He's gonna be a very different character. But in fact, there was a rumor that according to Mark Ruffalo, that there might be. It might never be true at all, but like the fact that we might see a split personality between Banner and Bruce, like in Banner and a Hulk, like we might see Hulk and Bruce separate. Again, it's a theory, but it might not even be true. But
no, that happened in the comics.
It did, really. Oh, that's right. I think
Well, basically, they were entirely different entities inhabiting one body.
Yeah.
And so, actually, for the most part, they agreed that like he and the Hulk, as two different inhabitants of one body, they actually eventually came to an agreement with one another, and the Hulk became like a super smart dude, and Banner would come out only like. Basically, I have weekends, you have weekdays, sort of a thing, you know?
Yeah, definitely. That's gonna be.
I mean, that's basically what happened in the comics.
That's crazy. Yeah, definitely think it's a really cool thing. Also, one thing that I was very interested in, and this was just kind of popped out of nowhere, was they changed the release date. Now it's April 27th. I was going to talk about this as a topic, but we never really got around to it last week. But it's the fact that we have that one thing is a release date change. Like,
that was really strange.
Yeah, it was weird. Like, why would they do that?
I've never seen it happen before.
Like, I know that they did that same thing with the David Tennant movie. He's actually a pretty awesome guy in real life. You like him? I gotta meet him. But they did another coming out movie the same day that would come out, and they pushed that back to May 8th and May 4th. So it's interesting because like a lot of people are like, I saw comments about the movie. It's like, oh, I don't want to watch this movie. It's the same thing over again. Aliens attack the Earth. Aliens attack the Earth. Aliens attack the Earth. Same thing. It's like, I'd rather see Deadpool. It's like, well, that's on you. So yeah, I think it's very interesting because it's gonna be one of the biggest movies of the year, and also just in general the biggest movie of all time because it's so big. Like, I think the biggest scene is going to be Wakanda. That is going to be the biggest battle. It looks huge.
Right.
Wow. That first trailer that I saw was like, it made me excited because it was just like, in terms of, I think that the really cool thing about the movie that I'm really excited for is having the team, like, because obviously in the movie we're going to have several different factions of Avengers in different areas. We have like, in the first part of the movie we have War Machine, Cap, and Black Widow, and then we have the Guardians and Thor, and then we have Tony Stark, Iron Man, and Bruce Banner, and Wong, and then Doctor Strange, and then Peter Parker and his thing, and I'm interested. It's just like, it's interesting they are all different, all these like groups of Avengers, all different places, like some in space, some in Wakanda, some on Earth. It's really weird how that's working out, like I don't know. It's gonna be very interesting, but also, I think my favorite two parts. I wanna end this real quick, because we're actually pretty much at time here. But I wanna finish. Yeah, we're just about after an hour. But I wanna wrap up with two things. One of which is Hulkbuster. What do you guys think of the upgrade? I know I mentioned before. I mentioned about Hulk being in it, but like, what do you think of the armor itself?
I haven't really seen it, so I don't know.
You haven't seen the trailer yet?
No, I haven't really paid attention to Hulkbuster in it.
Well, Hulkbuster, basically...
Dude.
What? I'm just saying Hulkbuster looks very similar. 30 seconds,
allow me to speak.
Yeah.
So my thing is, I'm going to watch trailers, but I don't want to overanalyze it either.
Yeah.
No, I'm going to speculate it, but at the same time, I'm going to see the fucking movie, and I want to be surprised. I'm going to see the fucking movie. Nothing on heaven or hell is going to get me away from that movie. I'm going to see that movie. I'm going to enjoy it. I know that I'm going to love it.
It's going to be fucking awesome. But yeah, basically...
Okay,
I'll let you finish.
Hakuna Matata for a moment. Anyway, the Hulk is one of my favorite characters, and I love seeing the Hulkbuster armor in Avengers 2.
Mm-hmm.
That to me was one of the best scenes of the entire movie.
Yeah.
It was one of the weaker movies, I gotta admit, in a lot of ways. It was strong in others, but weak in others. But that was my favorite scene of the whole damn movie. I'm really looking forward to it.
Yeah.
But there's going to be all these different upgrades and whatnot. Okay, I will very gladly speculate on them.
Yeah.
I'm going to see the trailer. As my duty as a reviewer, as a member of this podcast, is to watch the trailers so that we know what we're going to be talking about.
Oh, yeah.
But I am not going to overanalyze them as well, because I want to say, oh, that looks cool, but I also want to go in there with a movie like this that really means a lot to the fan base, ourselves included. This means a lot to all of us. Everyone else that isn't even on the channel. We want to go in there, we want to be surprised, we want to be entertained, we want to have a good movie. We want to make sure that this movie is worth the money that we are putting forward. As long as we produce good content, we are all going to pay it through our asses for this.
Definitely, yeah.
That's a guarantee.
Yeah, definitely.
So until then, I'm not going to overanalyze, and I don't want to be surprised when this movie comes out. I'll watch the trailer, I'll enjoy it, and aside from that, that's it.
Oh yeah, definitely. I totally agree with you on that idea, because it's going to be awesome. I think the only thing about the Hulkbuster armor is just that it's a little bit different because it's an upgrade, but also a theory is that Shuri from Black Panther is going to be piloting it remotely, which I don't know whether they would that, but I think that's just in general looks that could be pretty cool. I think it'd be really cool. But also lastly, I want to say that Iron Man's armor looks so cool with the bleeding edge armor. I don't think we've talked about that really, but his Mark 48, its bleeding edge armor, it literally can like morph onto him, kind of like Black Panther and Spider-Man. It morphs onto him, which looks so cool. Like, I don't know if you've seen the trailers for that, but it literally is like he has an arc reactor, but it like morphs, the suit just morphs onto him, so you can like have all these upgrades. It just looks so cool. I don't know. It just makes me. I'm really interested to see, because I don't think it's ever something we've seen from Iron Man is a suit that actually morphs onto him, which is gonna be really cool.
We kind of have.
But we have we?
Yeah, his second armor that in the second movie, the one that he uses in the suitcase.
Oh, that's true. I didn't really think about that. Technically, that's more.
Also, the one that he uses in order to get to that one prison.
Oh, in Avengers, right?
When he falls backwards.
Right. Okay.
That's true.
That is also true. I didn't think about that. That's very cool. Yeah. I just think it's a very cool little thing that's happening, and I just think that seeing Thanos against Captain America, wow, and then I want to wrap up right now if one of you guys wrap up with saying that how many flying characters are there? There's like, we got Falcon, we got Vision, we got Iron Man, we got War Machine, we got
Rocket Raccoon, pretty much all the Guardians.
Yeah.
Well, not all.
I'm only counting the characters who have either the ability to fly or just have the utility to fly.
So yeah, there's also Peter Quill. There's Rocket Raccoon.
Right.
You have the other characters that you mentioned a moment ago.
Falcon, Winter Soldier, not Winter Soldier. Sorry, Falcon,
I mean, technically, the Hulk can make people fly by throwing them.
He can jump really high. You've seen the movies, even the one that you don't agree with, which I love, by the way.
I love that one growing up, but now
I still love it.
I've seen better movies, and I don't like it as much. I still like it to an extent, but I'm no super fan of it either.
Hulk, honestly, with Hulk, I think that he deserves more, because like I remember an interview for Ragnarok, he said that Universal still holds the rights to a solo Hulk movie. Basically, they're putting the story over from Thor Ragnarok to Avengers 3 and 4, but I really wish that they would have made another Hulk movie, because I just think we need it. We need a Hulk movie. Like, we need one. Because
oh yeah, I agree. I would love to see.
I would love to see that, because
what I'm glad that they did with the Ragnarok was that they followed along the lines of the Planet Hulk storyline.
Yeah.
I think that was awesome to see on screen, and it's one of my favorite stories with the Hulk in it.
Yeah.
I do wish, however, that they would have a solo Hulk film.
Yes, definitely.
But because Disney just bought out Fox.
Yeah.
For their movies and whatnot. I think that we could see things like, I don't know, maybe not Planet Hulk. What is it again? Things like, I don't know, the Old Man Logan storyline.
Yeah, definitely. definitely.
That would be awesome to see. When Hulk is just a vicious, Hulk is like a vicious cannibal. That was just. As a fan of Hulk, I'm just like, what the fuck am I reading? But it was still just, what the fuck was that?
Oh yeah, definitely, definitely. I think one last thing about the trailer that I think that I want to say about this, and this isn't like to this or thing. It's just like I feel like people are gonna start complaining about this with the movie, and that is the amount of people who can either have the power to fly or the ability to fly. I feel like people are gonna start getting tired of that. Like, oh, everyone can fly now, really? It's like I feel like people are. I mean, I haven't seen it, but like people are gonna start. I feel like people are gonna start like getting annoyed with the amount of people who can actually fly. Because there's a lot of people who either have the actual power to fly, whether it be a suit or they have jetpack, whatever. It's like people. I mean, I haven't seen people say that yet, but I just feel like people are gonna start getting tired of because there's a lot of people who can fly in the movie. A lot of people. And Vision, he's the only character actually his power is he can actually fly. That's the Mind Stone. And that is something he's a very interesting character because he'll be someone that he could actually die. He could actually not make it past through video because because Dennis needs the Mind Stone. So what is going to happen to Vision? I don't know. He's one of my favorite new Avengers, and I think that because we saw in the first trailer we saw the Mind Stone presumably be plucked from him. Turns out it wasn't because trailers do that, but. I don't know. Like I feel like he'll still be around because he's gonna be around in Avengers 4. But like after that, do you think he's gonna survive the last two movies?
I doubt it.
You think so? Yeah.
I wouldn't be surprised if he dies in this movie.
Because he needs the Mind Stone. Thanos without the Mind Stone, he doesn't have to complete it. But also the second trailer that when Gamora says he can wipe the half the universe with just a snap of his fingers. That's directly out of the comic book. I haven't read the comic book, but I've heard a lot about it. I heard about what the story is about that. The fact that when Thanos got the gauntlet and he snapped his fingers, all half the life of the universe was just gone. So I'm
also really curious about what they're gonna do in order to have Thanos want to destroy the universe because in the comics he's in love with death.
Yeah.
But
definitely.
I heard that it's basically anything but that in this.
Yes.
I mean,
really?
I'm kind of ticked off because
I thought that was a really cool motivation.
You want to know the reason why Wade Wilson cannot die?
Yeah.
Really, in the comics, aside from his healing factor, which is already amazing.
Yeah.
He also annoys the shit out of Thanos so much because Thanos is in love with Death, but Death loves Deadpool because he cannot die to begin with, and he's killed so many people to send to her already. Yeah. And so Thanos put a curse on Deadpool that he cannot die, just so that he cannot get to Lady Death.
Yeah, that's true.
That would have been awesome to see. I really wish that they went with that idea because that was funny to see, funny to read.
Definitely. Yeah, oh yeah. I mean,
awesome,
I think they alluded that with Hela, like she could have because she said she was the goddess of death. Maybe we'll see her again because there's theories of that she's still living up there, but like same with the Red Skull.
She might be the goddess of death, but there's an actual Lady Death.
That's true. Yeah. And I do want to mention this about before we go, but Thanos himself, I keep bringing it up, but like I wanna like really delve into this about why he looks so different, and because he looks different from the first movie because obviously it was a different actor, but like what happened to him? And I saw like a post, it was like a really funny post, like, oh, the secret to Thanos' beauty, it's this lotion thing. It's like it was hilarious. Like really, this is how what made Thanos so beautiful is this lotion stuff. It's like, really? Because we went from purple to red, just using this lotion. But still, I think that's because you brought it up in the last Marvel episode we did on the Madhouse was the fact that Thanos looks so weird. And you're right, he does look weird. He's supposed to have his helmet. I mean, he does have his helmet in the trailer, but like, what? He looks like his eyes aren't like pretty or whatever. Or the eyes like the. I don't know, they don't look very. I don't know. In Guardians of the Galaxy 1,
pretty.
Yeah, and in Guardians of the Galaxy 1, he made a 5-minute appearance, and he was actually pretty awesome. And he had these sharp blue eyes, and in the movie now we don't really have the eyes glimmer. Like you don't see him he looks very similar, but it's clearly he's different. Like, he looks very different. Maybe it's the lighting, but like, maybe it's the way he acts. I don't know. I don't know what they did to make him look, why he's so different. But do you have any theories about why he could be different? Because he's just like, something's off about him. And we get to bring it up a lot in the last episode, but I don't know, because I remember you saying that you thought it was weird, and I totally agree with you, because like, I'm thinking to myself, what happened to Thanos? Why does he look so weird? I mean, he has armor in the new trailer, but like, apparently he doesn't need armor. He's like, I'm so powerful, I don't need armor. I don't need my helmet. Well, I don't have even my arm gauntlets. I have a freaking Infinity Gauntlet. I don't need that. So it's like, and now he's red. Maybe it's just the lighting. Maybe it's the lighting. People are like, oh, probably with the lighting from the portal or whatever. That's why he looks so red. But and then you see that in the new trailer he's like, oh, he's actually purple when he's fighting Cap. Okay, that makes sense. But his eyes are still different. He just looks not wrong, just like unnatural. I guess I don't know. It's
and people are supposed to look purple on Earth.
That's true. Yeah, I think it might be the lighting.
Seriously, dude, unnatural. That's what the whole damn X-Men and Marvel Universe is about. It's unnatural people with extraordinary gifts.
But
and just unnatural for a purple alien. Oh, it doesn't look natural. What the hell are you smoking?
I don't know.
Can I have some?
I don't know why they would do this. Like maybe it's the director or maybe it's the CGI, but they did something to make Thanos look so weird and just like he has changed. He's taken a shower. He's put on deodorant. He's done something to make himself look different. He's done something. He went to the salon or something. He made himself look amazing. I don't know.
He looks like a good guy.
He looks weird. He's like, Thanos, have you been smoking or something? You look a little strange. Actually, that was a funny. What?
Have a twist.
What?
Twix.
Yeah.
Oh, that's true. Yeah, a Twix. Yeah.
Have a Twix. You look weird when you're angry.
I think another little funny thing about this, I don't think we can really. There's not much because you don't really. Neither of you guys know, and neither do I. I just thought I should say because he looks weird, and I have no idea why, and I hope they'll explain it because he looks different. But the scene with Spider-Man and Doctor Strange, that was honestly one of my favorite scenes aside from Guardian, Star-Lord meets Iron Man, was where he introduces himself and he uses his like. Because remember in Doctor Strange where the villain was using the Strange name as like a I don't know, like a pun or something. It's like, oh, it's Strange. That's my actual name. And in the movie now we have Spider-Man saying, oh, you're made up now. Okay, it was literally my name is Doctor Strange. Like my last name is Strange. It's like, oh, I know it's Strange. I understand it's Strange. Like, no, literally, it's Strange. So I don't know. Did you like that? I don't know. Like it's very interesting, but still, yeah. Any last thoughts? How would you rate the trailer?
I'm excited.
Yeah, excited? How about you, Lucas? Yeah, I think it's gonna be awesome. I'm gonna see it on opening night. Maybe not night. Opening day, and then 27th is gonna be awesome.
Dude, my dad already got tickets.
You already got tickets?
My dad did.
Oh, nice. That's good. That's great. So yeah, I'm excited for it. I think it's gonna be awesome. I'm very, very interested in see more of it. I hope we won't TV spots because this is just like 2 trailers. They're seeing stuff on trailer. Come on, people. Anyway, is that all you guys had for this episode? Is that all you can think of about the trailer? Any last thoughts, or you good?
Nope, I'm good.
Lucas?
I'm just excited.
Okay, cool. All right. Well, I think we've covered pretty much everything about the trailer we can. Until we get like a TV spot, that's all we can do. So yeah, I think that's gonna be it for this episode. So yeah, thank you guys so much for listening to this episode of the Madhouse. We hope you enjoyed it. If you did, please hit the like button. We all really appreciate the support. And if you're new to the channel, subscribe for more episodes of this podcast and other series I do. And make sure you turn on the notification bell so you can notify when I release new episodes. And also make sure you subscribe to bigdinoguy. He's awesome. The link in the description. And we will be back next time with another episode. Alright? Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.